Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's live deep dive into the Zodiac Oracle messages for each individual sign. I'm so excited because I had pulled these cards out yesterday and they have been sitting here all day and all night yesterday and then again all day today. And I have not peeked, I promise. So for those that have not watched the previous video from yesterday where we talked about and did a deep dive into the two messages that are connected to the higher self collective, if you will, or the higher perspective of everything. Therefore, if it's a collective message, it means it's for everybody, not a specific person, because we're all interconnected, and I believe we all come from the same place and we'll go back to the same place. So these messages, the higher messages, are the ones from the higher realms, if you will. Kind of supersedes what we see down here and what we think is going on down here. And then we also discussed the messages in the middle here, the masculine energy and the feminine energy. So wrapping that all up in a nutshell for you here right now, we have a lot of love energy coming in with that Princess of Hearts over there. Expansion and balance taking place within relationships within ourselves. And for those of us cultivating really good relationships within ourselves, this is helping to enhance, balance out, and create healthier relationships outside of us. So we also had the pink granite here with the 10 of Swords, and these I see was talking about an end of a challenging cycle, and that be prepared because things are going to be happening out of the blue and very quickly. Lightning can strike twice in the same spot, and therefore there's a lot of momentum energy that I'm feeling for this week for all of us. So now, I'm also going to take a moment when I'm finished going through all of the messages and turn the camera to me. And for anybody that does join the live throughout the live broadcast, I'll have an interaction talk with you. If you would like to have some extra personal messages, then and I'm drawn to you for that, then that's when that will be taking place. And it's all freely given. If anyone is at all feeling inclined to make a donation, you can go to my website at www.webinescence.ca and make a donation on there, or contact me privately to find out other ways. So I'm just going to keep track of all the time here. So 310, we're starting with Aries. All right. 310. Aries, your first channeled message that I got, when I channeled this message during the day today, Spirit says, temper the extra bouts of energy. In other words, focus and achieve. So again, there's this amplification of energy. I can feel it, and we're all feeling it, maybe experiencing it differently from each other, but still feeling it. But for Aries, there's this air of caution with the energy. Don't let it bowl you over. Instead, choose to use it to your advantage by using the energy or the momentum by focusing on something that you want to create, right? And or use the energy to take that actual action that's in alignment with that you are wishing to manifest and create. Okay. Now the first message from the Enchanted Tarot for Aries. You've got the 5 of Pentacles. And the 5 of Pentacles usually represents a feeling of being left out, right? Or something not going to plan. These particular cards are absolutely wonderful. So I am reading from the deck for all of these cards because there's an enchantment, which is a physical exercise that you can do to work with the messages and the energies of the messages. So 5 of Pentacles for Aries represents anxiety. Though hardship rules this card, the couple has a certain valiant energy. You must not expend your vitality by worrying about the future, but handle things day by day as they appear. In this way, despite hard times and or poverty, you will be guided towards positive situations. This is a time of testing. If you can learn to understand and thereby control your anxiety, you will certainly be rewarded in the future. The enchantment for you, Aries, this week is to wear a loose rubber band around your wrist. Whenever you find yourself in a situation of panic, and your breathing becomes agitated, or you're thinking of and blaming your mistakes on past behavior. So when you catch yourself with any kind of negative types of feelings or disempowering thoughts and feelings, how about that? Then gently pull that rubber band and let it snap back. This will bring you abruptly back to the present moment. And then repeat to yourself, I live in the present. I am safe. Life supports me and takes care of me. And then realize that the present is your ever now point of power, the only time that you can make positive changes in your life. So again, with that extra bouts of energy, you can use that to shift your focus when you catch yourself in those, limited old programmed ways of being. And then your matching crystal card is the Mookaite Jasper. Be careful with the light there because it gives it quite a shining effect here. So the Mookaite Jasper. Ooh, I'm excited. What is this? 3 Mookaite. Ooh, I opened right to it. Mookaite Jasper represents the dream time. Mookaite Jasper balances inner and outer experiences. It encourages versatility and openness to new experiences, helping you to choose the right path. And Spirit wants to interject to let you know, Aries, that you do always have a choice to make a different choice in every moment. And you do have power and control over your own emotions and actions. All right, you can use this extra energy to help power yourself up. That's kind of what I'm feeling with that. So the self-understanding with the Mookaite Jasper is a powerful being. You have roots that go far back into the past. What you dreamed, you created. You reap rewards or rectify imbalances. Turn failure into a learning experience and start again. Remember to offer friendship, to assist others who travel the same path. Your instinctive wisdom inspires others. So your divination with your Mookaite Jasper this week, Aries, is check your diet. Put your skills to use vigorously. Adventurous times lay ahead. Worry not. You are protected against deceit and enemies. Recognize your strengths. Stay positive and pragmatic. Reject unrealistic ideas and avoid pride and despair. You have stamina. Wait patiently. If 2 courses of action are open, go for the straightforward one. A professional challenge, such as a job interview or presentation, is successful. Again, they're saying in my head, worry not. Remember, where your attention goes, your focus and attention goes, energy flows. So if you're worrying, you're going to perpetuate more things to come into your life to worry about. It's counterproductive. If you want to attract the things that bring you happiness and joy, then worry is not going to get you there. And that's what they're trying to say is you have the choice to flip that switch inside your own mind. You all have that power. Ooh. Okay, the healing insight for you, Aries, with the Mookaite Jasper, if you choose to work with this stone even more closely. You are what you eat. Good intuition with, good nutrition with wholesome organic foods sustains your well-being. And then the frequency connected to this is earthly to medium. The chakra is the earth star, base, and sacral. The timing is Leo, and the soul path is drawing on ancestral wisdom. I know we talk about, on the spiritual path, if you will, that there's lots of clearing work to do ancestrally and whatnot. And although that can be part of some people's processes, things don't always have to be so hard to do. And we really need to remember to embrace all of our ancestors' wisdom and those gifts that they carried, because they are within our DNA as well. So it's also important to every now and again recognize the sacredness of the ancestors for the traditions and the abilities that have been passed down to you that maybe haven't even been activated yet because we didn't take the time to go, oh yeah, there's also this. So just a little something extra that came through. All right, now we are going to shift to Taurus. All right, Taurus. I'm going to start with your channeled message first here, Taurus. Once I write down the time, we're at 12 minutes. Perfect. So, Taurus, your channeled message is hold your ground. You get to choose what's best for you. And it's really interesting because the energy that's behind that particular message, Six of Pentacles is usually a message about giving and sharing, but also that of nostalgia. And I believe I channeled a message about nostalgia for somebody else. Who was that? Virgo, nostalgia. It's written right there. Interesting. And then Pisces had the pay it forward message. So, yeah, there might be a connection with a Pisces and or Virgo, or maybe that's in your chart as well, Taurus. But there's going to be some giving and sharing, receiving. Yeah, it's like it feels like there's a more than enough to go around with kindred spirits is what I'm hearing. So let's see here now. Six of Pentacles. Generosity. Express your needs and others will help you answer them. Look deep within yourself and you may find the resources that you must share to know success. Fulfillment will be found through your generosity or that of others. This will be a pleasant, well-earned reward. If you bestow a gift upon someone, make sure that you expect nothing in return. So the enchantment, if you feel so inclined to do as part of your work with this energy this week, as you retire for the night, recite these words. Dear Earth Goddess, I look to you for help, and as I sleep, you will work to grant my innermost wish. I know that the more I give, the more I will receive. Then draw a picture of what you want and place it under your pillow. Believe that the Earth Goddess will provide. Really, you got nothing to lose, in all honesty. And I can guarantee you, your inner child That nostalgic part of you is going to absolutely love doing that particular exercise. Let yourself free. All right, Taurus, you got the charoite as a companion crystal with this week's, I keep going for the wrong thing, as a companion crystal and message of guidance for this week. Charoite, that's right at the end. 50. Is that the last one? It is the very last one. Charoite represents wound healing. So this, no wonder that inner child energy wants to come out and play, because that's kind of what that feels like. Charoite provides deep physical and emotional healing, transmuting negative energy. It converts dis-ease into wellness. With its assistance, you recognize that your greatest trauma is also your most profound gift. Accept it with grace. Charoite re-energizes, heals, and integrates dualities, healing past life disease carried into the present life. And I'm just hearing from Spirit too, if anybody is feeling drawn to any of the crystals that I speak about, no matter when you're hearing this, feel free to search those out. Try to find authentic pieces in order to get the true benefit from the energies of what you're drawn to. So the self-understanding that comes with charoite is deep fears and schisms pervade your being. You may not feel that you belong on earth. Alienation and insecurity lie beneath the deceptively calm surface. You are subtly driven by other people's thoughts and programs rather than your own. Your automatic nervous system may be malfunctioning. If so, it needs recalibrating. So now I understand the channeled message of just reminding you that you are in control of yourself when you decide to take back your control. Just because some people say that they feel it's in our best interest for A, B, or C does not necessarily mean that that is the true for A, B, and C. Right? Always important for us to check in and check in with our own higher power, internal compass. Okay, so the divination here is time to take control. You are undergoing a vibrational change, creating links to higher realities. Visions of past lives suggest ways to redress karma personally and collectively. Wow. Well, that's just absolutely wonderful. The energy can't really get much higher than that for clearing some of that ancestral stuff. And then being in that state of gratitude energy. And then when you are taking action by, giving things and giving with generosity without anything to be expected in return, things do end up coming back. And it's so unexpected because you're not expecting it. And even though you know it's going to happen, it's still not expected. So it's always a pleasant surprise. But yeah, so, and you can keep perpetuating that energy as long as you keep bringing yourself back to your center, trusting within your own alignment. What's best for you? Taurus, you got this. Okay. Gemini. Oh, Geminis. Where are we? 2022. All right, Gemini. Your channeled message is retreat and recharge. Now is the perfect time to let others support you. Actually, they had me change all that, and it said allow others to support you. And I'm also hearing be sure that you're asking for what you need. There's a tendency with the energies of Libra, and I know this because I do have, well, a lot of Sun Libras in my life, but I also have the moon, my moon, or sorry, Gemini is my moon sign. So, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh, love it when that happens. um, Oh, right. So sometimes, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way whatsoever. Like I said, I have Gemini as a personal trait in my own charts, and I tend to deal with this energy a lot myself from time to time, where I feel like, I don't want to be a burden, um, or it's like a little. I got to be honest. It's a that's prideful energy, but I never realized it was prideful, thinking, oh no, like I can do this on my own. I don't want to put anybody else out. It's like, no, this is why we do run ourselves into the ground more times than not, because we're not actually asking for assistance and allowing others to come. Like, it's okay to be vulnerable. You don't always have to have that big smiley face and be in the spotlight presenting, you know, I want to say a facade all the time, that everything is always great when it's not. Your authenticity is received even better when it's all laid out there. So, in other words, this week for Gemini, it's a good time to step back, switch gears, let others be in the spotlight to entertain you, but also ask for, somebody, if you have a spouse, ask for them to bring you dinner or surprise you with something that they think they know about you that would make you happy. Like, if you want something, you do need to ask for it, instead of setting expectations up for people that they're not aware of, because then we'll always fall short and end up disappointed. So this week it's different for you. It's like switch gears to be on the other end and just be in the receiving energy, to lift yourself up. It's okay to not be on all the time. Okay. So that was the channel message. Oh, look at that. We got the Gemini tarot card in connection to the Gemini message, which is the number 6, lovers. Right? So now this card with this particular deck talks about, having a couple of different allurements, if you will. I'll read it word for word so that I don't mix it up. But I had already given my channeled message, so we're good to go. 6. All right. All right. Your relationships reflect your own inner balance. Make sure that what is attracting you away from who, what, and where you are now is not a reflection of the dissatisfaction you feel with yourself. Though the card of the lovers usually means a love affair is in progress, the choice is not always romantic or sexual, but may be between two allurements. So, in other words, this card is just, and this message for this week too, is just a little bit of, I want to say, a caution too. Like, are you distracting yourself away from a truth that needs to be faced? That's kind of what I'm feeling. And to be careful of those allurements or distractions that are pulling you away, right? Or pulling you in a different directions. Now's a really good time to retreat, reflect, and recenter yourself, so things are much more clear before you make any decisions moving forward. Okay. And then oh, beautiful. You got the lavender aragonite I'm not familiar with lavender aragonite, so I'm going to read that. Cut it up and hang it on a loose cord or jewelry chain around your neck. And then light 2 pink candles and chant, "Vice or virtue I must choose, guide my choice so I can't lose." Then inhale the scent of the rose dust and your choice will be clear. Like I said, if you feel called to do the enchantments, feel free to come back, watch the replay, and jot down the guidance that was given. You can pause and listen and pause to write things down so you remember. 37. The lavender aragonite represents environmental healing. Lavender aragonite heals your personal environment and Earth's meridian grid and raises the vibrations of the planet. Well, what a wonderful stone to be working with to help you clear up anything that might have you bogged down in any way, shape, or form. So the self-understanding is become comfortable in your own body and environment. You incarnated to be a guardian for the planet. You are a vehicle for purifying and healing the earth, reminding others that it is sacred. Reminding others that earth is a sacred living being to be treated with respect. Pay attention to where you live within yourself. Do your inner housekeeping and nurture yourself. The divination, become a vehicle for the healing of the environment by opening yourself to higher vibrational energies. Do not participate in anything that despoils the planet or diminishes its resources. Work with your power animal and nourish your inner being. Take no risks and avoid excuses. Healing insight. If your environment is unhealthy and disharmonious, it cannot support well-being. Transform it and well-being returns. The frequency of this particular stone is very high. The chakra aligns the earth star, the base, the third eye, the soul star, and the stellar gateway. The timing is connected to Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Aquarius. And the soul path is healing the environment. So that's some pretty interesting news for Geminis if you were not aware of some of that information until now. But take this week to rest and rejuvenate. Please, I can promise you, your body, your mind, and your spirit will absolutely love you for it because it feels like there's something else coming soon. So now's the time to cultivate that calmness, that peaceness, while that energy is here to support you with that. All right. Hi, John. Good to see you here again, too. All right. We are moving into Cancer at 3018. Cancer. All right, Cancerians. Your channeled message. Make a list of priorities and then check each one off one by one. Spirit saying, make sure that you don't put too much pressure on yourself, but now this week is a perfect time for your time management. I keep hearing time management. So figure out what's really important, what needs to be taken care of. Write all these things down. Maybe it's a few things, maybe it's a couple handfuls of things. It doesn't matter. Try not to get too overwhelmed if it is a couple of handfuls of things. But write them all down and then prioritize which ones need to be done first before you come to the next one. And just have that list and work at what you can work at for however long and knock them off one by one. Okay, so there's something about you needing better time management, or this week is all about structuring for new time management. Okay, that's what that was. So let's see your. Ooh, you got the Death card. And I get excited about these cards. I tell people, like, don't judge a book by its cover, right? The Death card is another message of cycles, endings, and beginnings. It is very rarely a literal thing, aside from like when we have a death of character, or we're getting rid of old aspects of self. I mean, that can be considered a death as well, right? Absolutely. Moving from one cycle, because it's something has come to a close, a chapter is done, and therefore new beginnings are ripe and ready. That's what I heard. So let's see here. Death is number 13. There, excuse me. There's going to be profound change, which, if resisted, may be painful. If the ending is unhappy, let it go and move forward. Seek the essentials of the matter, ignoring all superfluous detail. Destroy old patterns to reveal a new, rewarding path. Do not fear change or passing away. Your fear of death must be recognized and confronted before it is allowed to interfere further with your enjoyment of life. So the enchantment, if you feel drawn to work with this energy this week, is if you are having trouble dealing with change, place a bunch of newly cut flowers in a vase. Over the next 13 days, observe them as they wither and die. Then take them to a burial site. Anywhere in your yard or garden would suffice. And whisper these words as you cover them with earth. Old flowers, new flowers, release my soul, renew my powers. Then let go of your pain and walk away. All right. Your accompanying companion crystal for this week is the Herkimer diamond. Herkimer diamond. This energy is, oh my gosh, through the roof, high vibrational, and a great stone to be working with if you do find yourself going through a transitionary period like this one, where a major cycle is closing and a new one is opening, or you're at the tail end of it. Please know that things are all wrapping up now for you this week. And the Herkimer diamond represents instant energy. Powerful energy generators that access and release past life information. Herkimer diamonds make excellent shields against geopathic stress and EMFs, which is harmful electromagnetic frequencies. This crystal works beyond the physical levels of being to bring harmony to the energy bodies of the soul. The self-understanding. Keep careful note of your dreams as they reveal the underlying causes of a disease. You may be particularly sensitive to EMF frequencies, radioactivity, and detrimental earth energies. You may also be physically sensitive and need to clear a blocked third eye. The divination is check that you are not living on a negative earth energy line. You may be addicted to your tablet or mobile phone and receiving detrimental vibes therefrom. Screen yourself appropriately. And yes, our little tiny pocket phones give out a huge punch of harmful EMFs. If you get yourself an EMF reader, you can see for yourself. And as you know, the closer you have that to your brain and your body, and the more you're using it, the more you're putting yourself in those harmful energies. So it's really important in order to promote better health and well-being, to limit your screen time. Yeah. Okay, so the healing insight is high vibration, high impact energy can dramatically change your world. The frequency, extremely high, like I said, about 3 times already. The chakras, it hits all of them. The timing is spring, and the soul path is seeing the light. Beautiful. All right, Cancer, I feel for you, and I'm sending you love for the challenging times you've had to endure. But I feel like those cycles, even though if it doesn't feel like it right now, they are shifting. Remember, this too shall pass. The only constant in life is change. Leo, 3757. Leo. All right, Leo. Your channeled message, Leo. Take a bold leap of faith this week. They're saying, Nike, just do it. Just do it. So another little sub message in behind that, if you will, that I'm picking up is you're never going to feel completely ready. Actually, they're saying none of us will. But Leo, for in particular with these messages right now, I know it feels like you're almost ready, but that is the most you're ever going to feel ready, is where you're at right now. And it's just a human thing. Okay, so in order to see if this is going to be a success or not, this is the time to take that serious, bold leap of faith and literally jump off the proverbial cliff. Okay, that's the energy I'm healing. I'm feeling healing. Interesting. So the tarot message that is connected for Leos this week is the 3 of Swords. Yeah, the 3 of Swords is usually some hurtful energy. So maybe this is you bouncing back from something, right? Taking a bold leap of faith, like bouncing back. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Oh, I don't feel completely ready. But they're saying you never will. So there's no better time than now to take this leap of faith, whatever it is. All right, 3 of Swords. Yeah, the 3 of Swords represents sorrow. There will be some realization of incompatibility in a relationship. So maybe that's what this big, bold step is leaving a situation that you haven't felt like you've been happy in for a while. And with that, and that would be connected with your 10 of Swords and a relationship possibly ending, right? In order for a new one to begin, one that is going to be more connected with the heart and joy and happiness that's reciprocating on both ends. Because if you're not happy, there's elements in the relationship that the other partner is not happy as well. Right? It takes 2 to tango, for sure. So, continuing on in here, it says, someone has destroyed your trust and your defenses are down. You are experiencing feelings of hurt and have bitter thoughts. Remember your true identity as spirit in flesh and your true purpose as a soul traveling onward in knowledge, born of experience. Give yourself the love you have been giving the other, and your sorrow will be conquered. Yeah. So the enchantment that you can work with this message's energies, if you feel drawn, lie down on your back, close your eyes and relax. See yourself at a time when you were successful, joyful, and content. Include as much detail as possible in the meditative state. If thoughts of pain or blame intrude, just notice them and let them go. Remember that sorrow preceded many of the happy times, and that joy can and will enter your life again. Believe that healing has already taken place. Repeat this affirmation. The past is over. I am healed. I love myself more than ever. Leo. You got this. Whatever the ending is, whether it's a relationship or a love, I want to say a love affair of any kind. And that can be like anything you're passionate about, your work, your hobbies, your relationships, like professional and personal. It doesn't matter. But it does feel like there has an ending of your pain. You're putting an end to the sorrow and the pain that you felt you have been carrying for way too long. There's an ending happening with this week. Okay, and your accompanying crystal is the chrysocolla. Chrysocolla. Chrysocolla represents self-love. Like, this is just wild, right? How perfect is this? Tranquil and sustaining, chrysocolla encourages you to remain serene and strong during change or challenge. Dissolving destructive emotional programming, it increases energy assimilation. The self-understanding, you have infinite capacity for forgiveness. Love yourself. If you cannot accept yourself, you cannot give love or accept the love of others. To heal an emotional black hole, connect to the universal love that is inside you. It never runs out. You can then give love out to the world and receive it in a never-ending flow. And how you connect to that unwavering and unending flow of unconditional love is connecting through your heart space in a meditative state. The more time you cultivate this energy and connection within yourself, the more love you have, the more balanced you become, the more healthy and wealthy you become, the bigger, the brighter you become. And then you start discovering more things about yourself that you never knew because you're ready now. And then expansion occurs, and then it's the world is your oyster, right? So if you're feeling called to get the chrysocolla for this week, this would be very helpful to be working with your energies as you go through the tough times. So remain impartial and speak your own truth, but recognize when to keep silent. Magical rituals may keep you chained to the past. There may be past life trauma to heal around being a woman. But let go of hurt and rectify simulations that can be healed. Be magnanimous. We have to look that word up. Be magnanimous. Anybody know what that word is? You can tell me in the chat and I'll read it before I wrap it up. Okay, so the healing insight for you, Leo, this week is bitterness and self-doubt have no place in well-being. It is good to nourish your body with self-love and gentleness. So I call this cultivating the right relationship with self. Like how you would raise a child with loving care and attention is how we need to parent ourselves as well. Yeah, Spirit's been telling me, like, you guys are learning how to parent yourselves because nobody taught you how to do that. And of course, if we're not learning how to properly, if we're not in right relationship with self, how can we teach a right relationship for others? You can't. We can't give what we don't have. So the frequency is earthy. The chakra is cleanses and it activates all of them with Chrysocolla. And the timing is Taurus, Gemini, and Virgo. The soul path, loving and valuing yourself. I'm sending you so much love, Leos. And like I said, it just takes a few minutes. Like I would say, spend at least 10 minutes or 15 minutes to cultivate that energy, activate that heart self-love energy, pull it in from the universe. That's where we're from. We're not disconnected from it. Right? But you tap back into that energy and you are going to lift yourself up like nobody's business. You got this, Leo. Of course you do. You're a Leo. Virgo, 4811. Okay, Virgo, your channeled message is nostalgia, wishes fulfilled, dreams realized, soaking up the sun. So this is interesting. Because when I was channeling this one, and how I channel is I'll have a pen and paper beside me. And then I'll be busy doing other things. Either I'm working on online or I'm in a meditation, or I start work like doing arts and crafts or something. Something completely different from just sitting there trying to force a channel to happen. I like doing it this way because once I'm distracted doing something else and I kind of get into a mindless state, then whoop, the minute I think of a sign, the message just pops in and then I go to my pen and paper and start writing it down. So these messages that I channeled for each of your signs this week came in at different times throughout the day leading up to, I think I got Pisces 10 minutes before we were ready to go live. Yeah. So, but I started channeling the messages from Aries way back this morning at like 10 o'clock. So anyway, there was a significance around Virgo with a significant highlight is going to be happening this week. And it almost feels like that, I want to call it an aha moment because it's so much more than that. It's a eureka. It's a coming home. It's all encompassing energy. And it's just like a full realization and actualization on a conscious level of where you are, how much has been accomplished, and just the magnitude of it all is significantly going to be highlighted for you this week, which is great because I'm super excited about this. I have Virgo as my rising sign. So these attributes are, very much resonating with me too. So there's this level of gratitude that just continues to get amplified because that's the energy and it's self-perpetuating. Oh, it's so beautiful. So here we go. Virgos, let's see what your tarot message is. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. This is just too funny. I got to show you guys. My piece of paper, oh, if it's not too flippin' bright, okay, I'll back it off a little bit. Okay, so right down here, you see where I accidentally like had an extra line in here? So this only Virgo is boxed in like that, which was, there was something highly significant about it. And then boom, Wheel of Fortune pops out. Okay. Oh, Virgos. I'm so excited. Wheel of Fortune is number 10. All right. The turning wheel of fortune is a message that what goes around comes around, or what goes up must come down. You will reap what you have sown. Thus, you must think ahead and consider your actions. Whether you find yourself at the top or at the bottom of the wheel, to avoid being ruled by fate, take responsibility for your life and what happens to you. Take risks. Be open to any new or unexpected opportunity. The enchantment, perform this enchantment during a new moon. New moon is happening. What is it? It's either November 30th or December 1st. It's coming up. I'm in Pacific Standard Time too. Oh, there's John. Again, this is generous or forgiving, especially toward a rival or less powerful person. Oh, excellent. Okay, thank you for that, John. Yeah, so new moon is coming up. So check your moon cycles on an application somewhere. Time and Date is the website I use to check the moon cycles. So on a new moon, you want to perform this enchantment. And the enchantment is to light 3 candles that are orange and some incense to fill the air with a sweet scent. Meditate on the Wheel of Fortune card, which you can pull up the Wheel of Fortune card on any tablet, take a picture, save the screenshot, or print it out if you like, but from the Enchanted Tarot, it's this one specifically. Okay, so meditate on the Wheel of Fortune card or the internal image within your mind, right? With the wheel spinning round and round. Then chant, Goddess of Fortune, please hear my plea. Goddess of Fortune, please come to me. And then know that by the full moon, you will experience good luck. I don't know, there just feels like there's all this like accomplishment and success that's already surrounding Virgo energy this week. It's like an amplification of the realization of it all, right? And I keep hearing Spirit even right now is saying there's so much more coming. There's more coming. You've forgotten all of the things that you have been cultivating over the years of your life. Oh, woohoo! We got the Persephone blue stone as your accompanying crystal. Virgos, I keep doing that. 33. Persephone blue stone represents the inner compass. The Wheel of Fortune, I think that goes hand in hand once again. The Persephone blue stone planted healing energies from the land of the ancestors into a sacred healing landscape. This stone accesses past, present, and future energy. You are an ancient shaman who has much wisdom to impart and the ability to journey through multiple dimensions in search of healing. You have unshakable core stability and an inner compass that directs you with integrity. The divination is use your natural medicine for elements. Sorry, I read that wrong. Use natural medicine for ailments. Sorry, it was a very small print. Pay attention to your boundaries. Dig deep into the past. Access your memories and cut yourself free. Examine your deepest intentions and roots, then live in the present moment. Find your own direction and face challenges with equanimity. You have power to decide. Pay particular attention to your environment. And the healing insight is being true to yourself is a basis of well being spiritually and physically. The frequency of this stone is earthy and high. The chakra, earth star, and soma, which is the mid hairline. The timing is Taurus, Sagittarius, and Capricorn. And the soul path is developing a spiritual compass. Keep cultivating that, well, self-perpetuating energy by making sure that you're staying in those frequencies of gratitude, of generosity, of abundance. Virgo. Wow. Beautiful. All right, we've made it to my sun sign. I'm so excited to see what Libra is. 5733. Libra's channeled message. Don't hesitate. Move with your inspired energy. So, and they're just showing a flame, like a match lighting, right? So it's like that initial spark when the match is lit is having that inspired idea, and the energy that follows it is the energy we're supposed to be jumping on, as if we're jumping on a wave board, right? To ride the wave of that inspired energy. This is just what I'm getting to make sense of what was said here. That it's really important right now, especially this week, that when an inspired action hits, we got to jump on that board immediately. So I know there's like some messages here for some signs that this week, especially since we're just starting the 3-week Mercury full blown retrograde, that it's a time to be careful and step back and like reassess things. But for this week, Libras are being told, like, you do not want to miss this wave, whatever this wave is. So, and there may be a few of them coming, whatever inspires you in a moment, and you feel the energy of action right behind it, like they're saying, jump on the bandwagon. You got this. Okay. So what did we get from the Enchanted Tarot? Ooh, what is this? Oh, 4 of Wands. Wow. So this is celebration. There may be some Librans out there that are coupled. Maybe you're getting married, or someone's popping the question to you this week. That's very possible. For those of us that are single, there's a very good chance that there is somebody coming in. There's been some energies that feel like it may be a new and improved old energy returning. But that's it. I mean, that might be pertaining to some people, whereas other people, it's nothing old. It is something very new. And then, yeah, so we'll leave it at that. We'll read from the book here. So it's wild. The 4 of Wands represents completion. Enjoy the satisfaction of a job well done. Your labors have not only created a strong foundation, but the hard work done to meet your obligations and the effort required to produce your best have resulted in an optimistic, proud, and thankful celebration. So here you go. And the reason why I brought up the relationship issue is just because of those bigger picture and higher self messages that we have, right? The twin flame message down here and the feminine energy, and then yeah, the loving relationships and harmonious relationships coming in. It's just, yeah, and a new level of self-love. Because again, remember, we can't give what we don't have, and we certainly can't receive what we're not open to be receiving. Okay, so the enchantment with the Four of Wands, for those feeling drawn to work with this completion energy, create a special feast to honor the completion of a project. Decorate the table with a bowl of apples, flowers, and grains of the season. Attach a special message of gratitude to each guest on each apple. As you finish your meal, have each guest give thanks for their own personal harvest. Then pass your surprise around and let your guests eat their special apple and know how much you appreciate their associations with you. Beautiful. All right, and the accompanying crystal is the Auralite 23. This is another powerful high vibrational crystal. Auralite 23. It doesn't come out very often. This is the soul connector. The Auralite 23 has a sedative effect on the mind, stilling it so that profound healing and conscious connection with your soul, the universal mind, and higher dimensions occurs. Yeah, so I would recommend the Auralite 23 for Leo as well. Just putting it up there. Okay, so the self-understanding with the Auralite 23's message for Libras this week is you are a multi-layered soul on a course of accelerated spiritual growth. Don't I know it? You came to Earth to share your knowledge. You have an ability to move between different dimensions to anchor new vibrations into the Earth plane. The slowness and seeming impossibility of this task have brought disillusionment and discontent. But do not despair. Raise your own consciousness and others will follow. The divination. Recognize that you are an integral part of humanity. Center yourself in inner peace and connect to your higher mind before making a decision. Beneficial contracts come through friends and family. It is not so much what you know as whom that counts now, and that includes higher beings. The healing insight, aligning to as above, so below, as without, so within, leads to a sense of rightness and immense well-being. And it's more, sorry, that they wrote that backwards, as within, so without. Yeah, that was a typo. So the frequency of this stone is exceptionally high. The chakra is the soul star and stellar gateway, and then it cleanses and aligns all chakras. The timing is Aquarius, and we are in the age of Aquarius right now. If you did not know that, we are already in the age of Aquarius. The soul path, reconnection of ego, soul, and higher connection or consciousness. So in other words, a full balance with all aspects of self while in the human form. Okay, so Libra, yeah, you're celebrating, and also use the energy of inspired action or inspiration to take action on that inspiration. Yep, keep jumping forward. Okay, now we are moving into Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. 6. All right, Scorpio, your channeled message. This week may be extremely beneficial for you to look about taking a break. You may have already decided this is that week for this break, or this is the time to contemplate making plans for a vacation very soon. Very soon. So that feels like all that this focus is in the universe. It feels like is going to be conspiring to help you get the time off that you need for that rest and rejuvenation and ability to come back completely recharged. So it is kind of telling me as Scorpios are very good at, diving into work and making sure all the things are getting done. There's a need for equal balance in making sure that downtime for all that hard work you're putting in is in equal balance. Okay, so let's see. We got the Enchanted Tarot of, we got the Queen of Wands. Scorpio got the Queen of Wands. Okay. Let's see. Opened it right to the book, too. All right. So they want me to read the whole thing. So I'm going to read the dream, which talks about who the Queen of Swords is. And the Queen of Swords is the King of Air's unmarried older sister, has a keen and perceptive mind that is of great help to her royal brother. She is a beautiful dark-haired woman crowned with the butterflies of thoughts and ideas. She loves nothing better than to dance the night away. Despite this apparent frivolity, she is also familiar with sorrow and mourning. Unhappy personal experiences have not provided her with great empathy for the unfortunate. She has learned that no comforting words or acts can change the fact that we all enter and leave this world alone. Living without a mate may also partially account for her for her occasional acts of bitterness. She is too independent and strong to acknowledge weakness in either herself or others. Still, she is a good counselor, and as an authority on many things, she is likely to produce a worthy solution for any problem presented to her. Her advice will be unbiased and fair, although it can be sometimes delivered with a sharp tongue. So use your ideas and insight to establish your power and know success. The sheer volume of information to be considered at this time may be something of a burden in itself. Solitude is necessary to devote your full concentration to the matter at hand. Take care that strictness will not cause prudish or unscrupulous acts if there is any deviation from what is considered the norm. And be aware that the appearance of the Queen of Swords in a reading may mean that a person with her qualities will soon be appearing in your life. The enchantment this morning, or the next morning, relax with a cup of mint tea. Mint will increase your mental powers and open your throat's energy center, stimulating your ability to communicate. Sipping this healing brew, let thoughts flow through you and receive clear insight for the day. Trust in yourself and your perceptions will be accurate. And your accompanying crystal is the Eye of the Storm. Wow. Eye of the Storm. The Eye of the Storm represents a safe haven. Eye of the Storm is a safe haven for your soul, a calm center no matter what upheavals you may occur. a life support system during stressful times or serious illness. Hold on to it during challenges so that you keep things in perspective. So it feels like it's a very grounding stone, helping you to still, yeah, be in the eye of the storm. So stay grounded amidst the chaos. You may be allowing the challenges and traumas of life to push you off center. Stress and pressure are a major cause of disease. You could be focusing too closely on one aspect of life to the detriment of others. Look at the bigger picture. The divination, time to relax and let go of the stress. Stay mindful rather than watchful. Excess adrenaline adversely affects your immune system. Switch on the positive potential in your cell walls. Meditate quietly to rejuvenate your DNA. There you go. The healing insight, you can stay centered and calm no matter what storm rages around you. Just remember, it takes practice, devotion, and dedication for you to catch yourself in the moment and then force yourself into focusing on your breath and calming your central nervous system with that breath. It's so easy how to get into the eye of a storm, but you got to catch yourself and then you got to switch gears and you have to control your breath and your body. And then you'll be able to control or manage the situation better. So the frequency of this is earthy and high. It gets all chakras. The timing is any, and the soul path is walking safely through the storm. All right. I keep hearing Scorpios, just keep doing what you do best. But now this week, it's a time. If you haven't booked off this week to rejuvenate and, recharge yourself, then spend this week making plans to do that, to take a vacation, to take time off, to rejuvenate and recharge yourself, because the time is now. The time is now. All right. Okay, we are getting close to the end. We are at Sagittarius, 114. What? Yeah, that was Scorpio. 114. Okay, Sagittarius. The channeled message is for you. Ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. And then there's a new hope and faith restored. So it almost feels like there's a shift in energy and a shift in circumstances that are looking better than could have ever been expected, which is really great news, especially if things weren't, even if some of the things you were expected were supposed to be like, this is the top of the bad end of things kind of thing. This is like superseding all that. So yeah, and it can be pertain to anything that you've got going on in your life. So it's like, I'm hearing time will tell, but there's also during this week, there is energy and opportunities and messages will be coming to you to let you know things are going better than you could have ever expected. I mean, that's fantastic. Let's see. Oh, look at that. You got the Tower from the Enchanted Tarot. You got the Tower. The Tower represents, and this is another card that most people will be like, oh no. And I'm like, oh yes. Because I see this as whatever in your life that you were cultivating that is not built on solid ground, like, is gonna come crashing down in order for a new way and a new structure, a new foundation can be laid, right? So it's like, it feels like you're rebuilding from the ground up, but it's like the environment of what you're building or cultivating is in a better state than anybody realized. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Now let's see. The Tower. Mounting pressures must be released, or there will be a sudden reversal of all the work carried out so far. There has been a dramatic turn of events, and established patterns of thought will be changed. Well, when we change our thoughts, we change our life. Period. We cannot change anything in our life if we continue to use the same thought process that created an issue to begin with. In order to change our experiences, we have to change the way we think and therefore act. It may or may not have been inevitable, but this explosion of old, perhaps false values can be beneficial. Placing exclusive faith in material objects can lead to disaster because only the spirit is eternal. And I wrote down new faith. So that was interesting. Now the enchantment. Use this enchantment to lessen the destructive nature of necessary changes. Take an egg. Carefully write the story of your situation around the egg from its top to its bottom. As you cut the egg in both hands, chant 3 times. Change my life, but keep me calm. Change will come, but I'll go on. And then smash the egg and clap your hands. That sounds like fun and messy. Your accompanying crystal, message, and stone is the Brandenburg amethyst. A Brandenburg amethyst. Oh, I didn't know there's different kinds of amethyst. Brandenburg. Okay. Oh, this represents the perfect blueprint. So, and this is great, Sagittarius, because if it's a healing journey that you may be on, right, then the Brandenburg amethyst is the perfect blueprint. This can help you in your healing journey to switch off certain genes or things going on and activate other things that are shut down within. In other words, you can realign yourself back to the original blueprint, but this takes a lot of focused intention and meditation work, like day in and day out. If you've got the time, I would highly recommend starting that, cultivating that connection and practice in order for this to work with you to the best of its ability. So the Brandenburg amethyst is a master healer, which holds the perfect blueprint of your soul and all that is. It heals physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, karmic, planetary, and ancestral auric layers, and the imprints the most perfect and imprints the most perfect energetic pattern possible. The self-understanding. You are a being of pure consciousness and are wonderful just the way you are. Embrace the clarity of your core being. Let go of mental constructs, karmic imprints, soul imperatives, and relationships that no longer serve. Heal the past. reframe previous choices that you have made in your life, and take a new pathway to step into your soul purpose and expand higher dimensions of your soul. The divination, you are perfect exactly as you are in this present moment. Step onto your soul path and seed your future with potential. Self discipline and clear focus bring your dreams to fruition. Aim for the highest. The healing insight, you are perfect exactly the way you are. So the frequency is extremely high. The chakras are all of them, including the highest. The timing is any moment, and the soul path is seeing the perfection in each moment. All right, it feels like again another cycle is ending, a new realignment, a new path, a new hope, a new faith, a new relationship with self and therefore others, a new life is cycling up for you right now, Sagittarius. Beautiful. Sending you love as well. Capricorns. All right. Capricorn 122. Capricorn, your channeled message. And I would really love to hear from all of you that are listening to this particular message. If you have insight for me because it's resonating, please let me know in the chat, because this one's got me like, what? So thumping. I keep getting the word thumping. Something is thumping. And I'm like, pumping? They're like, no, thumping. Something is thumping. I don't know if it means like thumping on a door, like banging on a door is kind of a visual that I'm getting, but I'm not sure if it's going to be someone's coming to you or you going to them. But either way, the next messages are new rhymes, new reasons. So this has got me feeling for you that another cycles are coming to a close this week for everybody. Remember, but for you, Capricorn, whatever is coming to an end, you also are getting these realizations and these aha moments that are seriously shifting your perspective, which is allowing you to see your world through fresh new eyes. So that's where this new rhyme, new rhythm message was coming out. But it has something to do with thumping as well. So I don't know if music can be involved in that, but they're just telling me somebody else is going to resonate with this and let me know what it means for them. So because it's not for me, but the spirit won't let me let go of that word for you. Something is thumping, thumping, thumping. So please enlighten me if you can. No matter if you're watching this live with me now or you are on the replay. Okay. So Capricorn, let's see what your, oh, look at that. You got that 7 of Pentacles from the Enchanted Tarot. 7 of Pentacles. All right, let's read this. Seven of Pentacles represents frustration. And there may be a fear of failing or indulging in worry about future results will not determine a favorable outcome. So I want to go back to a message that I was reading for, who was it? Aries, right back in the beginning. Because what you focus on and pay attention to, you will get more of. And when we don't catch ourselves and switch our focus and attention and we start worrying about things, remember, that's the energy you're going to get. You're going to keep, that's what you're putting out. That's what you're going to get back. So worrying is it's self-destructive. It won't help you and it won't help whoever it is that you may be worried about as well. Because that worried energy, that lack of faith and trust in another person actually get shot into their field like an energetic arrow. And that's why people don't understand why all of a sudden they didn't feel very good when they were elated a couple seconds ago. It's like, oh, somebody thought that maybe this person's not having a good day because it didn't look like it to them. But, little did they know this person's totally content. But you, with your perception, are assuming that they're not happy. So you start worrying about them. Well, your energy of worry is now pinging in their field and they're feeling it heavy as a heavy energy because it's not matching their high vibration, right? Most people don't realize we're all energetically charged, if you will. Like we feel everything and we have not been taught how to manage any of this, which is what is so imperative in this day and age right now for everybody. So for Capricorns, this week is really, really important for you to give yourself permission to stop indulging in such self-defeating mindsets. And you do have the power to flip the switch. You must maintain a strong desire to achieve, even in the face of defeat. The roots have been dug deeply into the soil, and the garden will bloom again in its own time. Remember that it is neither profitable nor necessary to continually measure the growth of a project. So the enchantment is stand in a garden or amidst some houseplants in the dark of the moon. That would be the new moon coming up. Hold an apple and say each line 3 times, concentrating and projecting these thoughts into the apple. As my plants grow, as the earth moves, as the fruit ripens, so I bud and blossom and receive, and then eat the apple. All right, Capricorn, the accompanying, oh, wow. You got Moldavite. Oh, this is an off-world gemstone right here and a beautiful amplifier. So a little word of caution when working with this particular stone because it is a great amplifier of energies that if you're working with some challenging stuff, it will amplify, some of the challenges or the feelings of it being challenging, right? So you want to be in more of a balanced, neutral place when working with that particular stone, because then it can amplify the balance and the neutrality instead of the polarized one-sided way of things that most humans tend to get caught up in, right? So Moldavite. Let's see. Yeah, Moldavite represents metamorphosis. So this week is all about Capricorns metamorphing, or you're morphing into more of who you are. It's like you've already done the goopy stage from the caterpillar to the butterfly. Now you're getting ready to break out as the butterfly. So Moldavite was created when a giant meteorite slammed into Earth some 11 million years ago, fusing the power of the cosmos with that of Mother Earth. The self-understanding is you are a child of the stars and find the environment of Earth heavy and inert. Moldavite raises your vibration with inflooding cosmic light so that you feel more at home. You are on a search for the inner grail, awareness of your divine origins. Release ingrained beliefs to make way for spiritual metamorphosis. The divination is detach yourself from mundane issues. You are going through a spiritual transformation, so dramatic changes occur as you reach beyond your limits. Talk to your soul to check the outcome of present actions. Transcend time. Avoid sowing seeds of destruction. Fertility and good fortune await. So, the healing insight: you are far more than a physical body. Harmony at all levels creates your well being. And I tell you, everybody, when we manage our own energy and our own physical bodies and do this daily as a daily practice, daily devotional practice to manage our own energy, to balance and manage our own energy, then this will be reflected as more balance in your outer world with the experiences you have with other people and other situations. This is how we change the outside world, by cultivating that balance and peace within yourself. If that's what you want to see outside of yourself, you better be cultivating that inside of yourself. So the frequency here of this particular stone is earthy and high. The chakras are all up to the highest, and the timing is Scorpio. The soul path is integration of the physical and spiritual. Wow, Capricorn. Like, I don't even know what else to say, but you do got this. This is what you came here for. And yes, even though part of the process can be very challenging at times, remember, your success rate for every challenge you've had in your life has been 100%. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. All right, moving up to Aquarius. 133. Aquarius, your channeled message: bide your time. If you play your cards right, success is imminent. So, but here's another cautionary message for you too, because Spirit's like wants to be very clear with this message that yes, success is imminent if you play your cards right, but playing your cards right means with integrity, transparency, honesty. If you are at all trying to deceive, manipulate, or control a situation, it will backfire on you. They're saying it will backfire on you. That's why take the time this week to bide your time. You know what you're holding. You know what's available to you, and there'll be a right time and a right way to act, and it will be clear when it happens or when it's time. But hold back. Spirit's like, hold back and trust that divine higher power to let you know through inspired action that now's the time. Okay? But really important that you make sure that this integrity, transparency, and authenticity, that all of those are in your that each one of those is a card in your hand. Because if all three or one of those three cards are not in your hand, whoa, it's going to backfire. So, yeah. It might be a final lesson that's needed. Or maybe this is the message enough for you to go, oh, okay, I'm going to course correct now because I got the insight just in time. Okay. You got the Judgment card from the Enchanted Tarot, which again, totally in alignment with that channeled message, right? Justice will prevail, right? The truth will always set you free, but it will always come out as well. So 20, Judgment. From deep within the core of your being comes a call announcing that it is time to make an important change. No matter how you have been caught up in the affairs of the world, you must evaluate past actions, be more aware of who you are and what your ultimate goals should be. You may be reluctant to admit the necessity for change, but you should listen to the call of the Spirit. You are who you are and not what you do for a living. So the enchantment, if you feel called to work with this particular energy this week, for all the beautiful Aquarians out there, have a bell or horn of some kind at hand. Imagine that it could wake up what has been dormant inside you, and then chant. The tide is turned, the light has come. On this new day, we are reborn. A time for change, a whole new plan. I have no fear of judgment's hand. And then sound the bell or horn to signal the coming of guidance from your higher self. And your accompanying crystal is the bloodstone. Another extremely well-grounding stone and good for circulation within the body on a physical level as well. Bloodstone represents perseverance. Look at that. Bloodstone has always had a powerful connection with maintaining vitality, regulating menstruation, and staunching blood loss, as well as purifying the kidneys. The self-understanding is you are a magical being, an amalgam of your individuality, your family, and your environment. Let go of the past. Look closely at your ancestral line. Recognize toxic patterns subconsciously running your life, and break away and be strong. You may be unnecessarily aggressive or defensive. Acknowledge mistakes and let inner disharmonies be transmuted. So the divination with the bloodstone is detoxification and chaos precede transmutation. Perseverance is needed. Locked doors open, obstacles are swept away, and romance blossoms. Preserve your good reputation. Recognize your enemies and keep them close, but do not be deceived. A farewell is called for. Mourn appropriately and let go. You are a spiritual warrior. Be assertive. And then the healing insight is nourish your blood and you revitalize your whole body. The frequency is earthy. The chakras purifies and aligns the lower chakras. The timing connects with Aries, Libra, and Pisces. And the soul path, freedom from the past. Right? So there you have it, Aquarians. Bide your time. Choose your cards wisely. And now is the time for you as well, ending an old cycle, an old way of being in order to step onto the path of this new life, this new adventure in front of you. And finally, we have made it to Pisces 140. Good to know. These are going to be about 2-hour videos going this deep like this, which is fine by me. I am super excited. So, and that means I can spend about 15 more minutes doing the interaction with everybody that is here with me live, for those that are still here. Okay, Pisces, your channeled message or messages, pay it forward, share the wealth and the knowledge. So this week, there's, again, it feels like you're also going to get pinged with inspired energy, and it feels like you also need to take action on those inspirations as soon as they ping. And this week for Pisces is all about paying it forward. It's almost like a need for more giving than receiving, because there may have been a little bit of an imbalance with that. So this week is all about like give with nothing in return, and not to worry because everything balances itself out in the end anyway, right? But there's it feels like for Pisces this week, it's going to be making you feel internally like welling up with so much beautiful love energy that you can't contain yourself. That's why the pings are going to keep coming, because you're like, it's almost like you're getting off on this energy of, as soon as you give this gift or whatever it is to this person, and how you see it light up their life is just there's nothing that can compare to that beautiful feeling. And it's just like you're getting a taste of this. If you haven't already, it's like a new taste for this that is going to perpetuate another self-perpetuating energy that will allow to keep things coming back, so you can keep giving more. Okay, so that's interesting. Pisces, you got the Nine of Wands for the tarot message for this week. So let's see what the Nine of Wands represents. The Nine of Wands represents discipline. You must gather and maintain great strength in reserve. Prepare to defend your position, even if it is unpopular with those you respect. You may have to bide your time, but you must stay faithful to your purpose. Apply techniques of strict military-like discipline to the development of your strength of will, character, and body, because the time of challenge approaches. Just remember to temper your strength with the knowledge that it is to be used to meet a challenge. So the enchantment is to ensure a successful outcome. Sit perfectly still in a spot you consider to be one of your places of power and say this prayer. Lord of light and life, I call upon you in my hour of need. I have chosen a course of action. Grant me the strength to prepare and endure. And finally, your companion crystal is the rhodozite. Rhodozite. All right. Rhodozite. Wow. The rhodozite represents mighty power. Zingy rhodozite is excellent for removing blockages and for adding vitality to the physical body. It cleanses, activates, and powers up all the chakras and harmonizes the etheric bodies. This crystal encourages the flow of Kundalini energy to all the cells and the spaces in between. The self-understanding is karmic imprints from your past lives or emotional wounds from earlier in your present life, maybe creating a state of psychosomatic disease. Your own negative or compulsive thought patterns also play a part, as can those of other people directed toward you. Divination. Check out the harmony or lack of it in your environment. Earth energies may be disrupting your well-being. The ground around your workplace and your home may need healing and stabilizing by planting suitable crystals in the earth. So, highly recommend for those that got pinged by what I just said there. All you need is 4 little tiny pieces of clear quartz, very inexpensive, and find the 4 corners of your property on the land that you live in and just put them far enough down into the ground that animals just won't dig them up easily. Try to get them in the ground before it freezes. If you are feeling the call right now and you're in an environment to do so, great. If not, just make note that this might be something you need to do once the land thaws enough that you can dig into the ground. All right. So the healing insight is living in a healthy, stable environment creates a stable physical body. Right? So that would be your focus for this week too, is in your own personal environment this week. Make sure you stay disciplined within your own environment, making sure that it is supporting your health and well-being. And if there's things in your environment that can be changed to support greater health and well-being, now's the time to address those. The frequency is earthy and high. The chakras are earth star, solar plexus, and causal vortex. The timing is autumn, and the soul path is healing the earth. All right, everybody, there we go. There we go. Check out the comments and see if there's anybody that is still with me throughout all this time here. Just reading through all the comments. Got a couple Capricorns that were watching me there. Wonderful. Hi, Tara. Nice to have you here. So, yeah, there's one person still here. So whoever's here, let me know. Would you like for me just to pull an additional message of guidance for you personally for right here, right now? I've got 4 other decks sitting in front of me that I'm more than happy to do. Just throw that. If you have a specific question you want me to ask, or just, if you're not sure, then you can just ask for whatever is needed, whatever you need to know right now. Oh, I got 2 messages falling out of the deck here. General would be nice. Okay. As I was shuffling, waiting for your comment to come through, a couple cards flew out for you. So your first message from Spirit is it's time to ground. So, and I can actually see you connecting with a particular tree. So I don't know if you have one in your backyard or at one of your favorite parks or something that you connect with, or maybe you don't, but maybe this is an idea for you to go and find one and make a connection with it. But make a connection with the tree. Like, they're being very specific about the tree, especially with this here. Because when we connect energetically with the tree, we can actually merge with that energy. And it's like you're merging with your ancestors when we connect with the tree. Because when we merge with the energy of the tree, we grow those energetic roots energetically, and we're fully grounded in the earth. So we're not separate from the earth anymore, right? And then the branches, we're reaching up to the heavens, right? That's the spiritual aspect. So we're reaching up into spirit and we're grounded. Like, that's a full balance when we connect with the trees. And then within that energy is where the insights and stuff. A cedar tree. Aha, see, I knew it. Cool. So, but they're saying right now there's a need for extra grounding. Okay. So go connect with your cedar tree and listen to the whispers of your ancestors. That's what I'm hearing. The second message that came out for you here is respect your boundaries. Okay. So this one feels like it's, oh gosh, it feels like a sibling energy, but it could be a friend that feels more like a sibling. But it's kind of that, poke the bear kind of energy. This person's always been known to see, like, if they ever find where your vulnerabilities are, they're gonna use those against you, which is not necessarily nice. But I don't feel like it's not coming across like it's malicious behavior, but it's certainly not comfortable for you or whoever's on the receiving end of this. So this is just an opportunity. If this is a scenario that sounds familiar to you, this is your opportunity to speak your truth in that moment and say, hey, you might be having fun with this, or you might see this in this light, but for me, this is how I see it. This is how I'm experiencing it. And I don't like it. I like it. I don't like it. And sometimes we have to say that to some people so that they know. And once they know, then they can put themselves in check. Because a lot of people flippantly say things believing that, oh, they're in the goodness of their heart, but they have no idea how it's going to be received on the other end. But unless we speak up and let them know, hey, that's not how it's being received, then we can't make our adjustments accordingly. And we don't all need to be walking around on eggshells, if you will. But it is important to let us know, because we all have differences and preferences and values of what we will put up with and what we won't. And this helps us have healthy relationships with people by way of respecting each other's differences, right? So there's that. And then at the bottom of the deck for you, Tara, you got nourish the soul. Beautiful. Nourish the soul. So and that's the bigger picture. So respecting your boundaries, saying no to other people's time, or demands of your time for them, and or even simply just disrespecting you in small little ways can end up have a profound impact. So speaking up about those little things that are bothersome, just so people are knowing it's on the table, and now people can shift accordingly, right? Yeah. And then keep connecting with your cedar tree, love, because there's so much wisdom from your ancestors coming through there. Do you drum, Tara? Do you have you ever done indigenous drumming? I would recommend that, if you don't yet, to look into maybe getting a drum or attending a drum circle in your local area, to see about connecting with that energy. So yeah, find a local drum circle or indigenous circle where you can be a part of the cultivation of that powerful medicine, and see if it's a resonation for you, because usually cedar frames are what's used for the hide. And of course, the cedar, like I explained about the tree, the cedar is what's used for us to be connected to the earth and the heavens while we're working drumming with that medicine. It's powerful. And I teach all this stuff too, as well as hold drum making workshops. So I don't know if you're anywhere near me or not, but just putting that out there for people who are in the lower mainland of British Columbia, Canada. That's where I am. All right. Well, thank you, Tara, for being here. Listen, I'm not sure if you were here for the whole time, but I will post in the description there for all the timestamps of each of the individual readings, so it's easier for you to come back and rewatch if you would like to refresh your memory and whatnot. And if anybody is looking to dive in deeper in any personal situations going on in your life, or you need I do what's called spiritual ascension support work as well. So feel free to take a look at my website at www.webinescence.ca, and then reach out to me directly. All my contact information is on that website, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions or wish to book a session with me directly. All right. Stay in your heart centers. Be true to yourselves, everybody. Let everyone be who they are. Just keep being you to the best of your abilities, and reap what you sow. This is a beautiful time of change that we're going through, regardless of what it may look like. Tune into your heart space in order to get into the eye of the storm and know the truth and remind yourself of the truth of who you really are. All right. Have a wonderful week, everybody. I will be back next Monday with the general reading, the general collective reading for the week. And then I'll do the same thing the following day on the Tuesday to do at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to do the deep dive into all of the individual zodiac signs. Please let me know if any of this did resonate with you and if you have any other stories to share. I love reading about them. I really do. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel and share this video if there's anybody that you feel could benefit from any of the messages that we're giving. Remember, sharing is caring. Absolutely. From my heart to yours, shine bright, everybody. Namaste.